Hi guys, I know it's been a while and I know you can see me. Just wanted to say hi. I'm going to make something pretty quick and excuse my camera inabilities, or I'm still working on this whole process, but bear with me. I am going to cook something quick. And I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good Sunday. And just wanted to prepare something similar to pasta, spaghetti pasta. I know lately, we've all been complaining about high carbs, low carbs, no carbs, what have you. But I tried something lately and it's pretty good. I mean, like, really good. I mean, like, pretty good. It tastes so good. And what is that? That is mushroom. So this is the giant king oyster mushrooms. I mean, it is huge. But guess what? You can also prepare something similar to spaghetti using mushrooms. I mean, you can't use the smaller mushrooms. They're very tender and small. It won't mimic the texture and shape of pasta, spaghetti. So I am using giant oyster mushroom, and you can get this at, well, I got this at an Asian store, Oriental store. They have lots and lots of a variety of mushrooms, and this is the giant oyster mushrooms. The flavor is good. It has that earthy flavor, but it's not too strong like some of the other mushroom varieties. So this is again, I hope you can see this. This is the giant king oyster mushroom, and it's at a decent price. Well, in my area and this side of the world, not sure how much it is wherever you are, but this is about $3, and this can make a decent sized meal. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what it turns out to be. But I've tried it before and it is awesome. This is how it looks. It's giant, very lightweight. I wash it afterwards, after cutting it, then I wash it. You see? And I have about 4 of them. So it's pretty large. Like, pretty large. So, I'm back. So I'm going to cut this, and I'll cut it up and then pause the video and show you what I'm going to do with it next. On the table, because this is going to be a stir-fry mushroom pasta. So I have pre-cut onions. I have red onions, and you can use any other type of onions that you have available, but I had some leftover red onions, so I cut that up into strips. And I have green bell pepper and red bell pepper, fresh from the garden, from my garden, very fresh. I cut it up into strips also, because you want everything to have almost the same shape or size. So I cut the red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and I will show you the rest of the ingredients as I go along, but just wanted to quickly cut up the mushrooms so you see how I'm going to do it. I typically cut off this brownish side. Well, I don't need it, but I cut that up. And then I don't cut this up again, I just slice it down the center. And then from there, I cut them into thin layers. And of course, as you're doing this, watch your hands. I'm pretty used to it. You cut them into thin layers. Just like that. Thin, flat layers. And then, guess what we're going to do? you cut them down into strips. And I'm using a very sharp knife. I love this knife. So all I do is just go down in the same direction, and you get a thin strip like this. So let's do it again. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Have a thin strip, and you need to watch your fingers as you're doing this. I've done it so many times, so you know, if I ever cut my finger, I've learned the hard way. But now I pretty much know what direction and where to position my fingers. So you always need to be careful when you're using a very sharp knife. So this, I'm not cutting it like in this motion. I'm just sticking the knife at the top and slicing down the center. There you go. And you have a few strips. So I'm going to get my bowl here. I have a bowl just handy, and I'm going to put my strips in there, and I'll cut the rest of the mushrooms. So then again, you can see I'm cutting it a little faster now, and it's pretty simple, easy to cut. Say into strips. This one is a little thick, so I'm going to cut it some more. And if you don't get the exact shape, that's fine too. Just as long as it's in strips, it's not too fat, because then it changes the texture as you are eating or cook it. When you cook it, the texture changes. So if you can cut it into thin strips, it almost mimics spaghetti. There you go. See, this is still flat. I've not cut this into flat, thin shapes here. This is what we want. I'll cut it again. And then this just down the top here. Let me do some more. I'll slice off this edge. I don't use the top just because I don't know, maybe it's I just don't like the brown edge. It seems not too clean for me, but here we go. I'm just going to cut through into slices. Just flat size slices. There we go. And now down the center, if you didn't get it the first time, just watch down the center. This is how I cut it. And it's just, it's this recipe, I thought of this recipe out of, you know, the need to eat pasta. And I'm trying to cut down on the amount of pasta that I eat on a regular basis. So I need something I can dip my fork and spin and twirl my fork and eat with sauce, or if it's stir fry. So I got these oyster mushrooms because they are loaded with vitamin D and other vitamins. I mean, you can look it up online. But it's highly nutritious, especially for women. So I've read and heard it's very nutritious. So I looked at the best way to cut this mushroom is, you know, I don't like the thick texture of, you know, the round button mushrooms or other varieties. So I cut it into strips, and I said, hey, why not try a stir fry? And I flavored it my way, you know, just decided to add some flavor and spice. I love a little bit of heat to my food. Oh, I cut that off. A little bit of heat to my food. So when I tried it, it was just like spaghetti. So I tried it again, and like literally mentally you think you're eating spaghetti, pasta, and you can have it with your meatballs, corned beef sauce, and the Nigerian stew, and that's a tomato and pepper stew. It tastes pretty good, pretty good. Trust me. So I will show you. I'm going to continue on and show you the final product. This is what we have so far. See, can you tell this is mushroom? It looks, and by the time you dip it in water or you steam it a little bit, it will get soft and it will twirl. You'll be able to twirl your fork in it like spaghetti. Okay, so I'll come back when I'm done. When I'm done cutting this up and ready to cook, I'm going to put it in, I'm going to wash it and put it in some water and boil it just a little bit, maybe for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. You can do it less, but I try to get rid of that bouncy texture of mushrooms. That's why I boil it first. But if you prefer to just stir fry right away, go ahead. But I don't like the bouncy texture, or if you bouncy, what a way to describe it, right? But I like that soft, smooth texture. So I am going to put this in hot water. I mean, wash it first and then put it in hot water, boil it before I now stir fry, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, guys? See you soon. Hi guys, I am back. So okay, so the mushroom, the mushroom is done, cooking. This is what it looks like. It's boiled, and now I'm going to stir fry. Just a quick tip: the liquid from the mushroom, the boiled mushroom, is still very good. Like, it has a lot of nutrients in it. So I would suggest keeping that liquid. Use it for maybe if you need to boil potatoes or you need to make a stock. You can always use that liquid, because I'm going to keep mine, because I'm going to use it for another day. when I'm making a stock. So I need to rinse this out real quick. Okay, and what I typically use is coconut oil or canola oil, but I'm using coconut oil today because I like the flavor. It's almost gone, you see that? I like the flavor of coconut oil with mushrooms. So I'm going to use coconut oil. What else do I have here? I have my onions. I have my bell pepper, and I have the two types of bell pepper, the green and the red. Of course, you can use the yellow as well. I think it's either yellow or orange. You can use those shades. It still gives the same flavor, but the green most especially gives it a different flavor, just like it does with fried egg. In fried eggs, if you use green bell pepper as opposed to the red one, you get a different flavor. So yes, it's all about the flavor combination. And I am using dumpling sauce. This is one of the, I think it's either Chinese or Japanese dumpling sauce. It's really nice. It has this very tasty flavor. If you can't find the dumpling sauce, you can always use soy sauce, but you can add a tad bit of garlic and a little bit of honey, just a little bit, because looking at the ingredients, it has some vinegar, it has some sugar, it has some garlic, it has mustard flavor. So just tasting it, I think if you add some garlic, if you like that sweet umami flavor, sweet and salty umami flavor, then you can add the honey as well. So just tasting it, I can tell the main ingredients added to soy sauce. So dumpling sauce is so good, so good. I'm almost out, so I need to get some more. And in this Quaker Oats container, I have hot red pepper. I stored it in here because cardboard, the container is made of cardboard and it absorbs moisture, so it keeps it dry. That's another good tip. If you have even chicken bouillon cubes, you can put that in the Quaker Oat container. It keeps it dry. So I have fresh grounded chili, well, not fresh, dried grounded chili pepper, so it's very hot. You can use fresh hot peppers as well. And I am going to get some, I think it's here. I have it in a Quaker Oat container as well. This is where I keep my bouillon cubes, Knorr cubes. So I have a couple, and I have Maggie cubes, I have Royco cubes, very good in Nigerian dishes, and if you can get a hold of it, fine. If you can't, you can get Knorr cube. This is I think the regular kind. There's chicken flavor, there's beef flavor. This is the regular. So I'm not even going to use both cubes. There are 2 cubes in here. I'm just going to use one of them, because I already have the dumpling sauce, which has a lot of flavor in it. So that, I'm using that, and I'm going to be using ground black pepper. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's see. So I'm going to add the coconut oil. You don't need much, just enough. I think that's it. That's about half or 3 tablespoons, or 3 or 4 tablespoons. Just enough to get everything frying, because it's a stir fry dish anyway. So while that's heating, get your onions ready, because onions need to caramelize a little bit first. So I'm just going to heat up a little bit, and let's test it. Okay, I think it should be good. Okay. It smells good already. It smells good already. So while that's going, mushroom is going to go in last. I need my and of course you can use other kitchen utensils to stir your onions and to cook your food. I just prefer to use this wooden spoon with the holes at the top. It smells so good. So next I'm going to add, I can get the flavor of the onions coming out, so it's ready to add the bell peppers. And I'm not going to allow the bell peppers to cook down too long because I don't want it too soggy. I still want that freshness in the dish, so I'm just going to incorporate it into the onions and the coconut oil before I add my mushrooms. Okay, let me increase the heat. It's on medium right now. It smells so good. It smells so good. While that's going, I wanted to quickly show you what I got from the store today. I got some really fresh plantains. Just a second. Okay, so here is what I got. Let me show you what I got from the store. Oh, this actually is from my garden. It is huge. I'm still thinking of what to do with it. I still have some in the fridge that I got from my garden as well. This one is the biggest, and it's going to sit out here till I figure out what to do with it. In terms of what recipe to incorporate this zucchini, I believe, into. So I got this from the store. Very fresh plantains. When I saw it, I said no, I got to have it, because usually plantains, if you get them, sometimes they are, not ripened, sometimes they are overripe, and sometimes, you get them and they're premature, as in they were not ready to be harvested. So inside, the plantains will not be too sweet as they should be. So this, it's a good sized plantain, soft, not too soft and soggy, but you can tell it's ready. So I'm thinking I may have, just prepare a little bit of plantains on the side of our mushrooms, just as a, side. So I got a couple of plantains. You can tell I'm going to put them in the fridge so they don't spoil, to maintain that freshness and it doesn't get too ripened. So I got all of this. Tasty. You can tell that it's going to be sweet on the inside. It's not rotten. Even if it gets too ripe, you can also incorporate it into other dishes that makes it very sweet and tender. So this is plantains, and then I also got this. Haven't tried it, but it's supposed to be a fruit pastry. It has some raisins in it, and it's spiced, and it's Jamaican, I think. Let's see. It contains wheat flour, sugar, water, raisins, vegetable shortening, yeast, spices, salts, caramel, calcium, preservatives as well. I think it's of Jamaican origin, and I said, you know what? 2 slices with a cup of coffee in the morning, right as I'm rushing out to work, will be perfect. Just 2 small slices, because I prefer to getting huge bagels, and that has over 400 calories per bagel. So I'm going to try this, just 2 slices with a cup of tea, actually green tea. I like green tea in the morning, and I'm good to go. So just wanted to show you that, and let's get back to our stir fry. So it's still fresh. The bell peppers, they're still fresh, and I am going to add the mushrooms now. It's been in the colander, so it has drained out most of the water, but of course it still contains some fluid in it, or moisture rather. So I'm just going to incorporate everything. It looks good already, right? You think it's pasta, but it's actually all mushrooms. Mushroom. So this is good. It smells so good already. And of course you can add other vegetables. You can add broccoli if you wish. Just wanted to have this quick recipe so that I can show you how it's done. It looks good already. So time to add the spices so the mushrooms can absorb the flavor of the seasoning. So I'm going to add the black pepper. You just need a dash of black pepper. I like black pepper. I love the flavor. And then I'm going to add the dumpling sauce. You need about maybe 1 tablespoon. Let's see, to 1.5 tablespoons. I'm almost out, so I'm going to use all. I'm out already. I need to get some more because this is so good. And then I'm going to add the Knorr bouillon cube. I'm getting it open here. Just a second. Okay, and here's the Knorr bouillon cube. Let's sprinkle it all over. Okay, I used just 1 of the cubes, and then now we can turn and incorporate everything and allow to cook. And of course you taste along the way if you need to add more salt, because I haven't added salt yet because of the salt in the dumpling sauce. The sauce is pretty much soy sauce, and soy sauce has sodium, a lot of sodium. So I am just being careful with the amount. It's rather you have less salt than you have excess, right? With less salt, you can always add a little salt at a time, a little bit of salt at a time. But excess, then it's hard to eat, right? Okay, so you see it's changing color a bit. Just allow it to cook down, stir all the way. Ooh, I love the black pepper. Black pepper in it. Do you see that? I love that. Love. So now this is the point where I add the chili peppers. So now if you don't like hot pepper, I would say be easy on the pepper at this point. But I love pepper. I love pepper in most of my dishes. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Just a little bit of chili pepper. That's good. Because it's really hot. It's really hot. And of course, if you store it well, like I stored it in oatmeal container, then it keeps it dry and fresh, and the heat in the chili pepper remains intact. So I'm just going to keep stir frying this. It looks like pasta, but it's not. But it's awesome. It tastes so good. And mushrooms, like I said again, mushrooms, they are, regardless of the type, mushrooms are so nutritious. Very nutritious. So I'm trying to eat a lot of more mushrooms, and this way I can eat a lot without, you know, being picky and choosy on the type of mushrooms and the texture, because I have a texture issue with mushrooms. So this way, it's like eating spaghetti. So what we're going to do now that I have all the seasoning distributed throughout, I'm going to just cover it, let it steam up a little bit, and I'll plate, and you see what the end product looks like. Okay guys, bye. Hi guys, I'm back. So yes, finally this is what it looks like. I added those delicious plantains I told you I bought right here. I just fried one. I took only one and I fried it. I still have some left. But here's our mushrooms. It looks like pasta. It looks exactly like pasta, and it smells so good. It tastes so good too. So let's see. Let's have a taste, shall we? Hi guys. So good. Hope I didn't spill on myself. It is, guys, it is delicious. Delicious. Look at that caramelization on it. And I haven't even started with the plantains, but I just wanted to look at that. Look at that. Oh, so it smells so good. So good. I'm telling you. And I'm just eating mushrooms, not pasta. So yep. So if you have any questions about this recipe, put it in the comment box below. I'm going to go offline and finish up this food. It's so good. Yeah, so if you have any comments, questions, put it in the comment box below. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this video with your family, friends, loved ones. Okay guys, see you next week. Bye.